It was 5:03 a.m. when the knocking started. Not frantic, not polite, measured. 3 taps. A pause. Then 3 more. I opened the door to find my neighbor, Daniel, standing in the dim hallway light. His face looked like it had been drained of sleep, color, and reason. "Don't go to work today," he whispered. "Just trust me." My mind, still fogged from half sleep, tried to assemble logic around his words. Why? He looked over my shoulder, toward my apartment like someone might be listening. "You'll understand by noon." Then he walked away. No explanation, no glance back. Just the slow shuffle of footsteps fading down the hall. I stood there, motionless. The air felt heavier. I could almost hear the blood in my ears. By the time the door clicked shut behind me, I'd already decided I wasn't going to work. My wife stirred when I came back into the bedroom. She reached across the sheets, eyes still half closed. "You're not leaving yet?" "Change of plans," I said. Her hand hesitated, then returned under the blanket. I watched her face in the soft morning light. Calm. Too calm. Something about the way she didn't ask why I was staying felt wrong. When I made coffee, her phone buzzed on the counter. A message preview flashed across the screen before it dimmed. "You still good for 11?" No name, just the question. Just the number I didn't recognize. I told myself it was harmless. Work. A friend. Anything but what my gut whispered. But Daniel's words echoed through my skull. "Don't go to work today. You'll understand by noon." I took a slow sip of coffee. It tasted bitter, burnt, like something gone stale long before I noticed. At 8 a.m., she said she had errands. At 8:15, she left. At 8:17, I was following her car. She didn't drive toward the market like she said. She took the long road out of town, where the buildings thinned into fields and quiet motels. Every turn she made was careful, deliberate, like she'd done it before, like she knew exactly how long it took to disappear. I stayed 2 cars behind, heart steady, breathing shallow. I'd always thought betrayal came loud, arguments, accusations, broken glass. But it's quieter, softer, like a knife sliding through water. She pulled into a roadside diner. I parked across the street. At 9:02, a man in a gray jacket sat opposite her. They didn't touch, not at first. They just stared at each other. That long, wordless stare people share when they've already crossed the line. When her hand finally reached for his, it was gentle, familiar. My stomach clenched. Not from anger, from precision, from control. I took a picture, then another. The truth, I've learned, doesn't need to be shouted. It just needs to be recorded. By 9:30, I had what I needed, but I didn't leave. I waited. I watched her laugh. I memorized it, the way she looked without guilt. At 11:10, she came home. I was already there. The house smelled like coffee and silence. She smiled when she saw me. "You didn't go in?" "No." I slid my phone across the table. One picture. Her hand on his. She froze. Eyes darting, pulse quickening. Then the soft gasp, the trembling inhale. "Where? How?" I didn't answer. She knew. Her body collapsed into excuses. "It's not what it looks like. He's just a friend. I was going to tell you." Each lie layered over the next until they suffocated her. "I know," I said quietly. "You were meeting him at 11. You're right on schedule." The words landed like stones. She looked at me, really looked, and saw something she hadn't seen before. Calm, stillness, control. I wasn't angry anymore. I was past that. I didn't yell. I didn't throw things. I handed her a folder, printed screenshots, timestamps, phone records. Every trace of the double life she built inside mine. Her lips trembled. "What do you want me to say?" "Nothing," I said. "Just read." She turned page after page, her hands shaking harder with each one. "This isn't fair," she whispered. "You're right," I said, "but it's accurate." When she reached the last photo, the one of her laughing in that diner, she broke. A sound escaped her, half sob, half silence. "I'm sorry," she managed. I nodded. And then I told her something simple. "Daniel warned me this morning. Said not to go to work. Said I'd understand by noon. I do now." Her eyes widened. He knew?" I didn't answer. I just looked at her like she was already fading. By noon, the house was quiet again. She had packed a bag. The door closed behind her, soft as breath. I sat at the table where we used to eat breakfast. The folder lay open beside the untouched coffee. Outside, the sun was sharp, cruel in its clarity. I thought of Daniel, his pale face, his warning. He didn't save me. He just prepared me. When I finally looked at the clock, it was 12:01, exactly noon. And for the first time in months, I felt nothing. No anger, no heartbreak, just an ending shaped like peace. I deleted her number. Then, every photo of her. Except one, the diner shot. I kept that. Not as proof, as reminder. Love doesn't die. It rots. Quietly. And by the time you smell it, it's already too late.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.